What's up, everyone? Good evening. Welcome to tonight's interview stream. Tonight we've got Once Upon an Adventure, or as I know her, Mel, as her mom knows her, Melanie. And that is our interview tonight. Of course, we're going to start with this week's Q&A, and I've done all I can. I really worked on it because I'm hoping that I did enough that we won't have the audio skipping this week. I restarted my computer before we started, trying to free up the memory. So hopefully we're good to go. Hey, Sam. Craig Robotics was here. Sandy, Mini Rager. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's stream. So we're going to give it a moment, let everyone come in. I know I scheduled this pretty late in the day. Just give it just a couple minutes. Let everyone get situated, come in. And we're going to start with this week's Q&A segment. Kim Stolworthy's here. Hey, Kim. My audio is clipping out. I tried so hard. I didn't want to do this. Dream big, life grand. Hey, how you doing? I tried so hard to keep the audio from doing that this week. What's up, guys? We're going to do this week's Q&A, and then in about 30 minutes, we'll bring Mel in and we'll have our interview with her, our weekly interview with her. So with that said, let's hop right to this week's Q&A. Who's got the first question this week? Hey, Jonathan. What was the first thing you are going to do when the parks reopen? Probably straight to Splash Mountain, because I miss my mountain, to be honest. The funny thing to me is it literally reopened like a week and a half before the parks closed. Okay, let me see. It reopened at the end of February. The parks closed the 15th. So it only had 2 weeks back in operation before the parks closed. So after being down for 2 months. So I want some more time on my mountain. Good evening, David. How are you doing? What made you become a streamer? Well, it just looked like fun in general. I mean, there's definitely more to it than that, but that was just the basic reason. It just looked more fun. I know I was really close with Josh of Resort TV1 because he was my only friend in the community at the time, because I'd known Josh from Resort TV1 since before either of us were YouTubers. So I was hanging out with Josh a lot. He obviously Resort TV1's been streaming for a while. They were bringing good numbers in, and my vlogs were bringing in so few numbers, mainly because I was such a new and small channel at the time. But I figured that was probably a good way to grow the channel, is try to live stream some, get in the fun, and so that's why I got in on it. I thought it looked fun. I thought it was a good way to grow the channel some more and get some real-time interaction with the viewers. And looking, I mean, I know the view count's not all that impressive. The viewers are not all that impressive right now. But that last day the parks were open, I had a max of 350 people watching me. Something I never could have dreamed of, and it was just so humbling and amazing and terrifying all at once. But also so wonderful. So it definitely did what I wanted it to do. It grew the channel. So that's basically how it came to be. Hey, Resort Budgeting. Hey, Craig. Anyway, that's how it came to be. And I definitely am grateful to Josh at Resort TV 1 and Tanya and all the people that gave me shout outs and while I was growing from 0 subscribers. Not many people know this, but my very first subscriber was actually touring the galaxy. I remember that because I was still at 0 and just met them standing there waiting for holiday wishes the day after Christmas 2019, and was it 19? 2018. And he subscribed to me right there on the spot. And he became my first subscriber, and it was all up from there. Hey, Tiki Man, how you been? Man, haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Ivan. Anyway, so that's the story right there. So who's got the next question here, guys? Hey, Kim, Main Street Insider Kim. I got both my mod Kims in the chat right now.
Hey, Kim and Kim.
Kim and Kim. All right, who's got the next question here? We got 23 minutes. So while we're waiting for the next question, our guest is actually, she's off walking her dog right now, but I can see her camera. So once she gets back here, we might start a little early on the interview portion. Does anyone else hear him breaking up a mouthful? That probably does. What have you been doing to stay busy this week? Well, I finally was able to get a new Xbox. I've been gaming a lot. Well, thanks, Tiki Man. Yeah, anyway, go back to the question. I've been doing some gaming, and I've always been a gamer, and when my Xbox got fried last summer, it was really annoying. And I finally was able to replace it, so it's been nice to get back to playing the video games that I enjoy. But that's mainly what I've been doing is gaming, and I've been getting into the video chats with everyone else who's been live. I was with Tanya Saturday night. I was with Living in Diz on Thursday and Friday night. Living in Diz is live right now, apparently. Resort Budgeting, I pretty much cleaned the entire house today. Life is going to be happy. Hey, happy wife, happy life. Isn't that the old saying? I feel like I'm watching an old Godzilla movie. Yeah, I don't know what it is. For some reason, no matter what I do, I think the computer's just that old and run down, or it's the website messing up. I don't know what it is. But the audio cuts out, and then the audio, when it does work, does not match my mouth movements. It's really, really annoying, and I wish I could fix it. Also got my boat ready, just can't go anywhere. Is boating forbidden under the stay-at-home order? Or wait, do you even have a stay-at-home order where you're at resort budgeting? All right, guys. 10 minutes into this week's Q&A. We got 20 minutes left. Who's got the next question? As long as you know it's there, it's a good thing. Hey, Neil. So, guys, again, I apologize for the audio issues. I tried my best to mitigate them this week, but it apparently didn't work. Just pretend you're watching, like David said, the old Godzilla movie. Hey, Griswold. All right, guys. So let's get the next question going. I'm excited to answer some questions. So while I'm waiting for a question, I can tell you all what happened to this weekend stream. Well, so Saturday I postponed it because one, I wasn't feeling all that well, and two, I thought it would be cool to do it on Sunday night instead, with it being Easter night, and let the family have something. All the families have something to get together and do together at the end of Easter Sunday. Then Sunday came around, and I just replaced my Xbox. I'm just like, you know what? I really don't want to do a stream tonight. I just want to spend some time with my dad, watch a movie or two, then go play some Xbox. So I'm just like, screw it. That's the joy of being the channel owner. I can just say, no, I'm not streaming tonight if I don't feel like it. So that's what happened. I just decided I didn't want to. And I wanted to spend some time, personal time. So that's what happened. And we'll just watch Hunchback this weekend. It would be best just the way it was going on a Caribbean trip, had to cancel, lost that $480 deposit. I am so sorry about that resort budgeting. What are you eating now that you have been out of the park for a while? More than I should. That's the answer I'm going with. More than I should. I do miss my park food. I miss my Pinocchio Village House pasta. I miss my chicken strips at oh my gosh, Backlot Express. Slipped my mind. Miss Cosmic Rays. I miss Casey's. I miss the Mickey pretzels. It's just, yeah. No problem for me. I was watching this movie since I was 5 years old. Hey, David. That's cool. Yeah, I know. I know it's lagging, Sandy. I'm sorry. There's not really much I can do about it. Chicken Nuggies. Janae is in the house. Hey, Janae. Yep, Cosmic Rays. I do miss Cosmic Rays. All right, guys. Who's got our next question here? We can get a couple more in before we bring Mel in.
Melanie.
Melanie. Resort Budgeting said, I make creme brulee from scratch. Remind me of Future World and Epcot. I miss Epcot so bad. As much as I love Magic Kingdom is my favorite, but I think Epcot has been the park that I have missed the most. I don't know why that is, considering Magic Kingdom is my favorite hands down. But I have missed. Let's see. I've missed Future World and Main Street USA the most. I think that's the way we can put it specifically. What comfort food have you been overindulging? For me, it's nachos. What have I been eating? I don't think I know pasta's been something I've been eating a lot. And as he said, teriyaki chicken. I've been eating a lot of TV dinners just because they're quick and easy to fix, and for someone that doesn't know how to cook. Margaritas are my indulgences, Chase. Chase, that is totally you. Hey, Samantha. I would make a beeline to living with the land as my first rank. What would I beeline to if I was able to get into Epcot right now? I honestly don't know. Because when I go into Epcot right now, because you'll remember from the last Epcot Transformation Tuesday, they currently have it split. You have to go on the bypass pathways. You can't go to the center of Future World anymore. So every time I've come in, since this has happened, I've gone left past what was Universe of Energy, past Mouse here, and in and through the Experience Center into Future World. That's how I do it. But as for a ride, Test Drive could be up there with the ride I would beeline it to. Hey, Chris. Do I have a slow cooker? I do. Do we have a slow cooker? Crockpot? I think we have one in storage. Hasn't been used since my mother passed away, though. Do you need one? No, I was just wondering. Do you remember getting your first plushie? If you do, when? The first one I bought myself, first Disney plushie, would have been early last year. I haven't been collecting plushies all that long. I've made a lot of progress in a short amount of time. No, I do not need a folder that. Let Joshua decide. Not yet. I've heard the Instapots are pretty good. Huh. Take a look at this. Tonight I'm making homemade peanut butter cookies. I thought about it, and they sell those pre-made sugar cookie cubes that you break apart, put on the baking sheet, and put in the oven, and it bakes into a nice circular sugar cookie. I thought about doing that and then decorating with Disney designs for a stream one night. Would y'all be interested in that? I'm trying to gauge Nell's reaction about the sugar cookie thing from the camera that I can see. Nell, just nod yes or no. Would you be interested in the sugar cookie idea? I thought so. I'm not knowledgeable enough with baking to make sugar cookies from scratch. Thought about trying my hand at cupcakes from scratch, though. Dad's over here cleaning out the closet to keep showing me things. Good grief. Hey, Disney nerd herders, how you doing? All right, guys, we got 10 minutes left in this week's Q&A. Who's got another question? It's so easy to use as I can't stand long to cook, so make all kinds of things in mind. It's easy and doesn't heat up the kitchen. Oh, cool. My Chase said his sugar cookies are always too dry. Chase, we might have to work on that. Mel's in the chat as well. She wants to know what my favorite hotel to visit is. I like visiting the monorail resorts. That's easily my favorites to visit. Probably top of that list would probably be the Poly. Probably my most favorite to visit. But if I go outside the monorail resorts, what do I like to visit? The boardwalk's a good one to visit. And I do mean the resort itself, not the boardwalk where the restaurants are. The actual boardwalk hotel. Yacht and Beach is pretty nice to visit. See, I like Port Orleans Riverside, but I do think the Polynesian tops the list. What is the first park you plan going in once the parks are open again? Hands down, I am going straight to my home park. I am going to Magic Kingdom. I'm going to be there opening morning at Rope Drop, crying my eyes out, hearing the Main Street audio loop again, and look at the castle down Main Street. I'm just going to lose it.
Dad might be there.
Yep. Shay says you can never make them super buttery. Again, I'm not a baking expert. I don't know what you put into cookies when you make them from scratch. Wait, who's that? When was that? That's an old photo.
Look at the back. You got the date.
March 15th, 87. So I'm going to show this. This is my dad at Epcot in 1987 with his buddy Jeff on Spaceship Earth. I wonder who the guy peeking around is. Y'all know him? The guy peeking around over here?
Bomber.
There's a photo bomber. They had photo bombers in 1987 too. Outside of Disney, what is your favorite restaurant to go to? Olive Garden. And unfortunately, I'm alone in that because my partner in crime when going to Olive Garden was my mother, but my mother passed away a couple years ago. So since then, if I wanted Olive Garden, I had to get it to go and eat it here at the house because I have no one to go with to go to Olive Garden. Just came from Tom's stream. Well, welcome. Tom sent you. Well, welcome everyone coming from Tom's stream. All right, let me see. I think I missed some. Is there one resort hotel you have not visited before? Good grief, I haven't really thought about it. No, I think I've been to them all now. At one time or another. Let's see. I think I've visited them all now. I really have to do some thinking of that, but I really do think I've visited them all now. Chase pulling double duty. Chase is awesome like that. Think about it and go there first. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about it because I've been to the monorail resorts. Obviously, I've been to Bay Lake now, Bay Lake Tower. Tom took me there right before closing. I've been to Fort Wilderness. I've been to Animal Kingdom Lodge. I don't think I've been in Kandani Village though. I've been in all the value resorts, Boardwalk, Beach Club, Yacht Club, Caribbean Beach, Riviera. I think I've been in all the resorts now. That's amazing to me. I didn't even think of that. Oh, that's cool, Michelle. Well, thank you for tuning in. All right, guys, we got 5 minutes. Actually, you know what? Let's just take 2 more questions. Take 2 more questions, and then we'll get to the guest who is still standing by, watching ever so patiently. The kids love the bunk beds at Animal Kingdom Lodge, Savannah View. People talk to me I hear people talk all the time about the Savannah View at Animal Kingdom Lodge, but I've never seen it myself. if money wasn't an issue and you could spend 2 weeks vacationing in any resort, do I have to do it in one resort, or could I kind of resort hop during my stay? Can I maybe stay 1 week at one resort or one week at another resort? David, you're the one making up the scenarios. That's why I'm asking. But let me see. If I could do it that way, let me assume that you mean I have to stay both weeks at. Oh wait, that's a good point, Tim. David, do you mean just on Disney World property? Do you mean just on Disney World property, or do you mean any Disney resort around the world? Because that makes an impact too. Okay. So 1 week each is fine. So let's assume you mean just on Disney World property. So I would do 1 week at the Poly, and then I would do 1 week at Boardwalk. Oh, you sent over PayPal. Did I miss it? Oh, you did. $25 from Chase. Thank you, Chase. I didn't hear it go off. My notifications are lit up right now, so it's hard to keep track of it all. Let me clear notifications here so I can see things. Oh, that reminds me, I didn't go through my spiel at the beginning. So, welcome to the stream, I guess. We're 27 minutes in, but welcome. If you haven't already, make sure you smash the like button. If you're not already, hit the subscribe button, ring that bell icon so you know when I go live or post new videos in the future. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Those links are in the description down below. But if you feel so inclined, you can donate to the channel at paypal.me/MyDisneyWorldFix or by clicking that super chat button, that little dollar icon in the chat window, and sending it that way. Thank you to all who do. All right. So let's take one more question here.
Look, it's baby Aaron.
Stop that. Why would you do that? Let's take one more question here.
Does anybody want to see it again?
No, we don't want to see it again. Why I don't want to do streams from home.
They want to see it?
No one has said anything about it yet, though. Stop it. David said he would do 1 week at the Grand Floridian and the second Animal Kingdom Lodge. That is cool. I kind of wanted to explore Animal Kingdom Lodge a little more. So I'm literally clearing out notifications so I can see things in my notification bar. There we go. Oh my gosh. Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? $50 super sticker from Chris. Thank you so much, Chris. I'm waiting for it to show up on the phone chat so I can actually see what the sticker is. Watch out. Oh, it's the little fox with fireworks. That's awesome. Thanks for the super sticker, Chris. We love Animal Kingdom Lodge. Only issue is it's far away from the rest of the parks. Yeah, it really. All right, guys. So, and I have no internet. I don't know why I have no internet. I should be coming. Thank you for that, Chris. Waiting for the internet to fix it. Oh, I think Disney too. All right, let me check things here, see if I'm live or if I'm lagging. Still, I'm lagging. All right. So, with that said, let's go ahead and bring in our guest of the evening. So click that right here. Wait for the computer to catch up because it's being slow again all of a sudden. Hey, Mel.
Hello. I think I unmuted myself.
Waiting for
I hope.
you. You did. We can hear you. So, guys, this is Melanie, whatever you want to call her. But her channel's name is, as it says right there, Once Upon an Adventure.
Although I don't know why
So
I
how
put
you-
it all as like one name when there's spaces in between each word.
You probably thought you were on Twitter.
Oh my gosh.
So, guys, she's really nervous. So we're going to do our best to alleviate her nerves and just let her have some fun.
Public speaking is not my forte.
No, you're not. Okay, pretend you're not public speaking. Pretend you're just having a nice conversation with me.
That is
Okay.
true. Plus, we're talking
That's
about
basically-
Disney, so I mean, that's something good.
So, Kim just put their channel link in the chat. So
Thank you,
thanks
Kim.
for that, Kim. So, guys, if you're not subscribed to Once Upon Adventure, click on the link Kim Solworthy just posted in the chat. Go give Mel some subscribers.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I've noticed she spends a lot of time at Epcot.
I love Epcot. Like, that is my favorite park. I know everybody else really likes Magic Kingdom, but Magic Kingdom for me is like the lowest park on the list.
Oh,
Epcot's
really?
my favorite.
We're going to talk about that. But let's start with some basics here. Let's get into it. Introduce yourself to us.
Hi, my name is Melanie. I'm also known as Once Upon Adventure, but I've found that most people know me by Melanie because I was on a lot of live streams before I started my channel under my real name. So nobody really knows that I have my own channel, but I do.
All right. So tell me about your YouTube channel. I got like 3 questions here. I got, when did you start it? What is the focus of your channel? What is your schedule if you even have one?
So I started it in 2019. Like, I did my first video for the opening day of the Flower and Garden Festival in 2019. And the focus of my channel is everything Disney. I say that I like to also share my Central Florida adventures, but most of that is just Disney on my channel. I do have a couple of other videos that aren't Disney related, but I wasn't necessarily quite sure how to name my channel because I didn't want to be like pigeonholed to just Disney, even though I knew my focus was on Disney. But yeah, and I used to do live streaming, but now instead I just post vlogs because I find that, like, even if I get nervous, I can edit it out, whereas live streaming, you cannot. And that was making me panic quite a bit because, like, there would be some moments where it would start freezing, and then I'd start panicking, being like, this is not a perfect stream. So I only do vlogs now. And yeah. What was the other question?
Let's see.
Oh, my schedule.
Yeah, your schedule.
I don't really have one right now. I try to do a video on Saturday and Sunday and then one during the week. But if I don't have very much Disney content to post like right now, I kind of limit it to the weekends only.
Okay. So let me... y'all can see me working graphics on screen, so kind of distracted. But so let's talk about your love of Disney. When was your first trip to the Disney parks?
My first trip was in 2000 and I was 8 years old. So it's been like 20 years, almost 21 years since my first trip.
If you come every year since then?
There were a couple of years where we didn't go, but yeah, pretty much we've gone every year. I've gone more myself, I think, than with my family now, when I count up trips.
I I think I should mention you're Canadian, so you live north of the border.
I am Canadian. Yes.
So this is our friend from north of the border. So
Although I used to call Disney World my real home, and Canada was my second home.
and she's actually one of two of my moms that is actually Canadian. So
Yeah.
So
Canadians are cool people.
oh yeah,
If I do say
you
so
and the
myself.
you're also incredibly nice. That's a stereotype anyway. So what does
I don't
Disney?
mind that one.
So what does Disney, the company as a whole, mean to you?
Ooh. To me it's happiness, and it is just whether it's like through the parks or through movies or TV shows, it's just a way to escape reality. And like even though my first trip was 20 years ago, I still find that going to the parks, I am able to like escape everything that's on my mind and just like forget about it, even if it's just for a couple of hours. And like it makes me feel like I'm a kid again, and it brings back happy memories.
We all love chasing that inner child at Disney, don't we?
I know. That's why every single time it comes time to leave, I'm like crying.
Steven has done the same thing. So if y'all don't know Steven, that's what is his channel name? Is it's Delivering the Magic?
Delivering the Magic.
Yeah. But Steven's the same way. He'll come, he'll spend 2 or 3 weeks down here from Colorado, and then he'll have to go home to Colorado. And several times on his stream at the airport when he's waiting on his flight, he just breaks down crying on stream. And
because you know that you have to go back to reality, and
Exactly.
like real life kicks back in.
You know, I don't have it as bad as you and Steven do. Obviously, when I come home to reality, I'm just going 35 miles away.
Yeah.
And I get to go back the next day. So it's not nowhere near as bad as what y'all have. Y'all are gone for weeks or months at a time. I'm gone for maybe a day, maybe a week at most. But it still makes me cry though. Just that.
I feel like that's something that happens to a lot of people that love Disney, especially in like our community. I feel like that's something that we all have in common.
Yeah. We just all love Disney so much. It's
yeah.
I don't really know how to put it. It's just part of us.
Well, and the thing is too is that I'm more of like when it comes to the whole Disney like franchise thing, I'm more into the parks compared to movies and shows and stuff. So I don't really watch the movies very much. I'm more about like going to the parks and specifically Disney World.
All right, so you did mention that you don't really watch the, movie side of things.
Yeah.
But I do have to ask anyway, what is your favorite Disney movie overall? Could be animated, live action, doesn't really matter. Just it has to have that Disney branding.
I think Toy Story.
Toy Story's a good one.
I was around the same age as Andy, like as each movie was released. And like Toy Story 3, when he was going to college, that just broke my heart. Because I had like all my stuffed animals, and I'm like, I don't want to let them go.
That ending though with Andy, where he gives them off to what's her name, Bonnie, and you just see Woody watch Andy drive away, and he just says, "So long, partner."
That's one thing I have to say that I love about Disney movies is that they have that one moment that like brings something close to you, that like emotion.
Oh yeah. So you mentioned an animated film is your favorite. So what's your favorite live action then?
I liked Aladdin.
Do you like the live action Aladdin?
I was going to say The Lion King, but I don't know. I want to rewatch that one just to see if I still like it or not.
Me and Chase talked about that on his interview, and we didn't like the live action Lion King. I mean, to each their own. If you like it, that's all the more power to you. But we didn't like it. But hey, if you like it, you like it.
Well, the thing is I sometimes don't really pay attention during a movie. So
squirrel.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what am I watching?
So, do you like Star Wars?
I do like it. I don't understand it. Hi, Amy, by the way. I like watching it, and I could watch all 9 movies, I guess now, but I would not be able to tell you what happens or who anybody is.
So if I was to tell you, if I was to ask you, for example, we're watching episode 2. That's for those of you that don't follow Star Wars, because that's what was it, Attack of the Clone Wars or something like that? Anyway, the second movie. And and I was to ask you what Obi-Wan was doing on Kamino. You wouldn't be able to tell me what Kamino is in the first place, would you?
I don't even know. No. I know the key characters, Darth Vader. I know that connection between him and Anakin is Darth Vader.
Hey, look, I get
but that's
Attack of the Clones. Thank you, Chase. My brain has not been working today. I knew it had clones in the name. But
Phantom Menace, was that the first one?
Phantom Menace was episode 1.
Yeah, I actually like that one.
Yeah, I actually like the prequels. The prequels are okay with me. You know, that's a very controversial opinion to have. So congratulations.
I still have not seen Rogue One or Solo Story. Is that what it's called?
I think it's just Solo.
I thought it was a Solo Story.
I think it's Solo, a Star Wars story. I think it's the full title. But so what about Marvel? Do you watch any of the Marvel movies?
Nope. I saw Endgame and I had no clue what was going on.
Yeah, I've only caught them here and there, and I want to go through and I want to watch them all because they're all on Disney Plus right now. So I want to go through and I want to watch
Are they really?
them. I think they're all on Disney Plus right now.
Mm.
So it would be nice.
I like Jar Jar Binks. He's cute.
Jar Jar Binks is funny. I don't understand the hate for it.
Kick rocks.
Jar Jar can kick rocks. All right, so you don't like the Marvel movies, so let's go back to the parks then. What is your favorite ride in all of Walt Disney World?
That's a tough question. Why do you keep asking tough questions? Like I can't pick one.
These are softballs. What are you talking about?
Oh, great. My favorite ride would have to be Journey into Imagination with Figment. I love that ride so much.
You just love Figment, don't you?
I love Figment. I love, he's so creative. I mean, he's a painter and an astronaut.
Oh, you're talking about the ending with the
Yeah. Although the one thing that kind of bugs me is how Disney, well, it doesn't really bother me, but he's a mascot for a lot of the festivals.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he should just stick to one festival.
Well, he's the mascot of the park.
Let other characters. Is he really?
He's basically the mascot of Epcot.
I thought Spaceship Earth was a mascot.
That's the icon.
Well then, I did not know that.
All right, so what about the other parks? Do you have a favorite ride at the other parks?
Okay. Hollywood Studios is Rock and Roller Coaster.
Ooh, we need to ride Rock and Roller Coaster next time you're down here.
It took me 8 years to be able to get the courage to ride that ride. But now it's my favorite. Animal Kingdom is Expedition Everest. And then Magic Kingdom, I'd say Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Big Thunder Mountain.
Yeah.
It's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
It's a hard choice, though, because I also really enjoy, the slower rides, too.
So what do you think of Peter Pan?
Like Winnie the Pooh. I love Peter Pan, but it's too fast. I feel like it should be slower.
It's short. It's definitely short, which is why I don't really think it's worth the wait that it gets.
That is true.
It's really short. It's like you wait. If you were to wait standby, you wait 70 minutes or so in line for a ride that's over in 2.5, 3 minutes.
And it's continuously moving too. So it should have a shorter line than other ones.
Oh, yeah. So you mentioned this earlier in the mod chat. You know what's coming.
Yay!
And so you mentioned earlier that you had a Space Mountain horror story, and I believe you mentioned in the pre-show that it was from your first visit.
Yeah.
So would you mind telling it?
No, not. So my first trip, I was 8 years old, and the first park that we went to was Magic Kingdom, and the first ride that we decided to go on was Space Mountain. And I don't remember going to a theme park prior to that trip, so I'm just going to call that my first ride. But basically, I started screaming, "Stop the ride, I want off, get me out of here," the entire ride at the top of my lungs, and I was trying to figure out a way that I could jump out of the ride. So then my dad had to put his hands on my shoulders so that I wouldn't either jump out or fall off of the ride. And when we got off, we went with my grandparents, and when we got off, they said that my face was like white as a ghost. And from that point on, I was afraid of every ride in Disney, and also afraid of the dark, apparently, too. That like ruined everything for me.
Oh my gosh. So essentially, you need to be thinking that there was no on-ride photo camera at the time.
Yes, and the thing is, when we got off the ride, there were other people that were on it too that we didn't know. And the mother said to her son, she's like, "Did you hear somebody screaming the entire time to stop the ride?" That was me.
So have you made peace with Space Mountain? Can you ride it now?
I can, and I find it fun. I find it hurtful, but I don't find it scary anymore. I think when I was younger, it was just like the unpredictability of it. And the fact that it was dark too.
Well, that's honestly was the major reason I couldn't ride it when I was a kid either. It was just it's in the dark, the roller coaster. You don't really see what's going on, and so that unpredictability of it was just like, no.
Well, after that, I even cried when we were going to go on the Barnstormer.
Barnstormer.
It ruined me.
Oh, it sounds like it did.
I start crying. I don't want to go.
So wait, Barnstormer, Dumbo, anything?
Yeah, Snow White Scary Adventures at that time.
I'll be honest, I don't remember ever riding Snow White Scary Adventures.
That was scary. When you're 8 years old, that is scary.
I've heard it was a pretty scary ride. It lived up to its name.
Especially like the very first scene. The evil queen turned around and she was like that old woman. I'm like,
All right.
Too much. Winnie the Pooh too.
Perusal is very confusing. Anyway, what's your favorite Disney snack?
My favorite Disney snack. I don't know. Like, what constitutes a snack?
I would almost say for this list, you would have to look at, the snack line that they put out. They would have the churros on there, the Mickey pretzel, the Dole Whip.
Oh, okay.
So, your classic Disney snacks. You can typically get them anywhere, but for some reason, they're just so much more special at Disney. Like the turkey leg.
Churros. I like the churros more. I don't like the Mickey bars for some reason. They're too chocolatey.
Dad, she says she doesn't like
your opinion.
She says she doesn't like your Mickey bars.
Who?
Mel.
You can send your hate emails too.
You can send your hate emails to unknown@unknown.com.
They're too sweet. I don't know. I used to like whenever my parents used to get the Mickey bars, I would always get the It's a Doozies.
So when you get the churros now, do you get the the Nutella dip?
No, I don't like Nutella.
I've never eaten Nutella.
No. I don't get snacks very much. I get more of like a meal snack.
Okay. So with that in mind, what's your go-to food at Disney then?
Ooh, the onion rings at well, you can get them at 50's Prime Time, but I always go to Tune In Lounge because you don't need a reservation for there. But their onion rings are delicious.
So what's your favorite
in
quick
Hollywood
service?
Studios. That's a hard question too.
These
Why
are
do you do
soft.
this?
These are softballs, Mel.
I do like rice. Speaking of rice, so my favorite quick service is Fairfax Fair in Hollywood
Fair.
Studios because of their rice. It's cilantro rice.
Okay, what's your favorite table service?
That's a hard one.
This is the part where she says all the food booths at Food and Wine.
I can't think of one. I'd say Via Napoli.
Via Napoli? I've never eaten a Via Napoli.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be honest, I have not eaten any of the table services in World Showcase yet.
What?
I never had
How
the money.
horrible. I do not know you now.
I don't have the money. What am I supposed to do? Pull it out of nowhere?
Oh, Sandy, actually, you know what? It's not a table service. Well, technically, no, it's not. Nomad Lounge at Animal Kingdom.
Oh yeah, you
They
mentioned
have
that to me.
amazing poutine, and it's like actual poutine too.
Tell you what, you still owe me a dinner at Epcot, so you can.
I do.
You can take me to a table service of your choice.
Le Cellier is good. I feel like it's quite it's very Disney priced.
I remember
for what it is.
I remember last year I was walking through doing a vlog. This was back in my days where I was doing weekly vlogs, and I went to Epcot to do that week's vlog and got a notification from My Disney Experience. There are some last minute reservations available from Le Cellier. Like, okay, let's see how much it is. And I was seeing the price and I'm just like, nope, never mind. So much for that idea.
It's there were a couple of trips where I went and I was on the dining plan, and that I went to Le Cellier for. Even though it's 2 table service credits, I just wanted to try it. So I got like the most expensive steak, and it's good, but it's
Kim wants to know if
there are
it's
other things to have.
went,
Their poutine is too salty. They have the right idea, but it's just, I don't know. I got their lobster poutine and it was good, but it was just a little bit too salty.
So before the parks closed, when was your last trip planned? I think you were supposed to be down now.
Yeah, I was supposed to be there from like the end of March to last Sunday.
So you completely missed out on this trip.
I did.
Do you have another one planned yet?
Borders are closed. Whenever they open back up.
So they're going to open up and you're going to be like, okay, they're open. I'm gone. See ya. Bye.
I don't think it works that way.
I'm going to Disney World. Bye, y'all.
I hope that we get more of the Flower and Garden Festival, though.
I really
my
like
favorite festival.
Now, my favorite is Festival of the Arts, but I did fall greatly in love with Flower and Garden this year. So it became my second favorite.
I really like Flower and Garden Festival.
And then you remember the chicken ravioli we tried in the Italy booth? Do you remember it?
Yes, but I didn't like the peas.
That was Flower and Garden. I believe that was part of Flower and Garden, wasn't it?
Yeah, in Italy.
I totally want to get back there and have some more of that because that was easily my favorite festival food item this year.
I am an annual pass holder.
Yes. All right. So, do you even have your next trip? No, wait, we just answered that. So, I guess with that in mind, let's move it over to chat. Chat, it's your turn. Ask Mel some questions.
I'm not as nervous anymore.
So, let me go here to the comments so I can see everything. All right. Let's see. I know I saw one earlier, like right when I brought you on. I think Kim asked the question.
Scroll up and see. How do you get so many great fast passes for Erin?
Oh, that's right. We do call her the fast pass queen.
I love making fast passes because it allows me to be obsessive over something and keep clicking until I find one.
There's literally been times I've asked her to get a fast pass for me, and she's clicked and tried to refresh for many hours on end. I think, what's your record for that? Like 4 or 5 hours of trying?
Yeah, that was for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I was determined.
Oh,
and it
yeah.
was making me angry, the fact that I would see one and it would pop up, and then I go and click on it and it was gone. I'm like, no, this is not happening.
She actually had fast passes set for me, really good fast passes set for me for April 1st, should they have reopened on April 1st. Then, like,
because everybody was canceling their trips.
And then it was like, what was it, like 2 or 3 days before that date? They just disappeared from my Disney experience.
So, for the fast passes, I will use the website, not the app, just because I find that you can refresh faster on the website and it gives a little bit more availability for some reason. I don't know why, but I just found that. And then it is easier for one person because you're only one person and they could easily accommodate a party of one compared to like a party of 3 or more.
Amy wants to know how you met me.
How did I meet you?
Steven.
Oh, that's right. I was watching Steven's stream.
Yeah.
And then Erin was on there and I was like, oh, he has a channel too. Let's go check that out.
And I didn't meet her in person for the first time until probably within the last 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
So
I find that with a lot of people too. Like, I don't know them in person, but I know them online, which is funny.
So someone wants to know what your favorite drink at Oga's is, or if you've even been yet. Have you been?
I have been to Oga's Cantina. I'm not really a fan of their drinks.
What? They had a non-alcoholic one that I tried last time I was there. It was a non-alcoholic fruit cocktail drink, and I really enjoyed it. I can't remember the name of it right now. It was like,
I have tried blue milk, and it was okay.
let's see. I've done the blue milk. I've heard the green milk is awful, but I want to try it myself and figure it out.
Wonder what the green milk is made of.
Mel, have you eaten in Japan? Which restaurant did you do? And did you enjoy it?
I ate at Teppen Edo, and it was good. But I like rice and, well, I like fried rice, and they don't give you fried rice there. But the rest of the food was good too.
Okay, I
they
have
just
to.
need to add fried rice.
Oh, what's the name of the table service in China? I can't remember the name of it right now.
9 Dragons.
Have you eaten there?
I have.
How was it?
And I got, it was actually really good. I've heard some different, like I've heard mixed reviews on it, but I know that they've improved and I honestly really enjoyed it. I got the honey chicken and it was delicious.
I'm a sweet and sour chicken guy when I get Chinese, so.
It's a good place to go. I feel like not very many people go to eat there though.
Oh, here's one I want to ask
Especially
you.
when they have Lotus Blossom Cafe next door.
What's your favorite character dining?
Ooh. I like Cape May Cafe.
Cape May?
For breakfast, because at dinner they don't have characters.
It's like Topolino's at Riviera. They only have characters at breakfast.
Well, the thing is too is that I don't really like interact with the characters, or I try not to because I get nervous and I don't know what to say, and it turns into like an awkward adult meeting.
See, here's something I've not really told anyone. Hold on, Dad. What?
2 restaurants.
Yeah, one's a table service, one's a quick service.
One's called 9 Dragons Restaurant,
Table service.
and the other, yeah, that's full service. And the other one is called Lotus Blossom Cafe.
Quick service. He's telling me the restaurant's in China.
Lotus Blossom's good. You get a lot of food for what you pay. I find. Well, I find everything a lot of food.
And I had a line of thinking going, I lost it. Thanks, Dad.
You were talking about characters. Dining? Character? Dining?
Yeah, I can't remember what specific I was talking about with it now. All right, maybe it'll come back to me. What's your favorite non-Disney franchise? Regiment asked.
I don't have one.
Do you really? Are you much of a movie watcher in general?
No, I don't have the attention span to watch movies. I have to be doing something every single time. Like, even when I'm talking to somebody, I have to be doing something else too. I can't just like sit.
It's literally this. This is what I imagine. Now my phone is in my gimbal, so I have a stand for it, so I can. But so just imagine my phone is in here. It's just like, yeah, I'm talking to you, but I'm also playing on my phone at the same time.
That's how I always go. Wait, what did you say?
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just attention deficit.
Any rides I have not been on yet. It's not a ride, but I haven't seen Enchanted Tales with Belle.
You've never been in Enchanted Tales with Belle?
No.
We need to go do that next time you're here.
I don't know. I get a little bit like iffy on things that are supposed to. I don't know.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Kim. Mel mentioned meeting characters was awkward. Okay, so when I first started going to Disney, this is what I was trying to say. When I first started going to Disney as a pass holder, obviously I'm a kid at heart and I want to meet characters, but I was wondering if it was even proper protocol for a single adult straight male to go meet characters by himself. And so I was doing all sorts of Googling and trying to figure out, and it was like, no, it's fine. Just go do it. No one really cares. And the key to keep meeting characters is to just suspend all disbelief and let yourself believe you're actually talking to the character, because in essence you are.
That's actually, that's a good thought to have, but at the same time, I feel like they're waiting for you to say something.
I have noticed anytime I go meet the face characters, which for those of you that don't know the jargon there, that just means that a character that's not wearing a mask. You see the actual human person's face, and they're actually the character, like the princesses. And they're the only ones that can talk to you. But I've noticed, so anytime I meet a face character, they end up leading the conversation because I never get to get a word in otherwise.
That's funny.
I've never led a conversation with Belle. I've never led one with Aurora, Snow White. It doesn't really matter. If it's a face character, I don't get to lead the conversation.
Oh, there was this one, when I did the after hours at Magic Kingdom, I went to go to meet Cinderella and Elena of Avalar, I think is her name. I don't know. But the lady before me, when she went to go and hug Cinderella, she got red lipstick on her dress.
Oh, no.
But Cinderella kept, like, full composure the entire time. I'm like, who?
So let me ask you that. What's your favorite character meeting? What is your favorite character interaction you've ever done? Does one even come to mind?
No. Oh, well, no. Yes, actually, Mickey Mouse. When Mickey was meeting outside of International Gateway.
Oh my gosh, he was meeting there when the parks closed.
Yeah. He was telling me about making cheesecake for Minnie.
Oh, that's so
I'm like, that is the cutest thing ever.
So here's my last story of meeting Mickey and Minnie. At Epcot anyway. So I met Minnie down there by International Gateway. And the girls in front of me met her first, obviously, and they talked. And one of them was freshly engaged and was showing Minnie her engagement ring. And Minnie just got all indignant, pointed at Mickey and says, obviously saying, Mickey hasn't given me one. And so they're trying to call
Aw.
Mickey's attention over there. And
That's so cute.
and Mickey's too busy with the guests he's with to notice. And so they finish the interaction, and I just talked to Minnie and just like, I'm so sorry Mickey hasn't proposed to you yet. Why hasn't he? I wonder what's going on. We're just carrying on this conversation with it. I can't remember the full conversation. So a little later, I went and met Mickey. I went and met Mickey up there where he is in the Magic Eye Theater lobby right now. And I asked Mickey, why haven't you proposed to Minnie yet? And he just got. And finally, the character attendant stepped in and said, "We're just looking for the right one."
Aww. See, that's the one thing that I like about the non-face characters is they can't talk back to you. They have to do like hand movements. So it's not as awkward.
Kim wants to know, do you have a favorite princess?
I really like Rapunzel. She's my favorite princess.
All that spunk.
Because she's sassy and independent too. And she has amazing hair. Which, didn't she cut her hair?
Flynn cut her hair to stop Mother Gothel.
Yeah, so why doesn't she have her hair that she does at the end of the movie? Just a thought.
I don't know. Why is Elsa and Anna at Epcot their Frozen 2 selves, and the Anna and Elsa at Hollywood still their Frozen 1 selves?
I'm wondering if they're going to change that show to update it. I hope they do.
All right. Well, does the chat have any other questions for Mel while we got her here?
This was fun.
Well, we're waiting to see if the chat's got anything else for you. I want to thank you for coming on, facing
Thanks for having me.
Your nervousness. You were so nervous.
Thinking back about when I was talking about my channel, I'm like, I made no sense.
I think you did wonderful. And everyone's enjoying it. So
I appreciate that.
So, guys, I think we're just going to go ahead and wrap it up then. So, Mel, thank you so much for coming on today. So, Mel's one of the Fixer Mods. So, now it's your turn. Who's in the hot seat next week?
I'm going to pick Sam.
Sam is going in the hot seat next week. All right, guys. Samantha Lowe in the hot seat next week. We'll make sure she knows. So,
thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
Chase does have one more question for you. He wants to know what you're looking forward to on your next trip.
Honestly, just sitting and listening to the background music. Like, I find whenever I go to the parks, I don't really do much in terms of rides, but I just like to sit and like take in the sights and the sounds, and like just to be able to sit in a park and like just listen to whatever is going on around me.
Right. Do you have any final words for the chat?
I appreciate all of you, and I'm so glad to be part of this community. It's an amazing community of friends that brings me to you whenever you miss it.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on, Mel, and I want to thank you for being one of the wonderful Fixer Mods for my channel.
Thank you for all that you do. I love watching your streams and your movies too.
And I also want to thank you for
all together.
I love that all the work you do for me on the Fast Passes too. The Fast Pass, everyone.
I can't wait to get back to doing that.
All right. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We will all catch you Saturday for Hunchback of Notre Dame and Trivia Night. You're going to be watching Saturday night, Mel?
I actually haven't seen that movie.
Oh, so then we need to do this. You need to be watching Saturday night then. All right. So we will see you all real soon, and may all your dreams be magical. Good night, everyone.
Night.